Hello, welcome to Divinely Different Tarot. I'm Ashley Dunn, and today I'm going to do a requested video per Crystal Divine Messages. You asked for pretty much something about like breakthroughs, so I decided to go with the Break Thru You Need pick a charm. Hopefully, this helps out. In this reading, I used quite a few oracle cards, to be honest. I like oracle cards. I'm really feeling it lately. So I went with Dark Mirror, which, depending on the card that I get, because I'm still learning this particular deck, I've been learning it for years, but it's a rough deck. So we got Dark Mirror, Shapeshifter, which is pretty straight to the point. And then for advice, I wanted to use Self-Awareness, which I call my Soul Truth cards, because that's what they really are. And then Messages from your angels as well. You, of course, have 3 piles to choose from because I prefer it that way. So we have pile 1, which we're going to go with Don't Blame Me, but it says, Don't blame me, I didn't vote for him. For pile 1. For pile 2, we have, I wrote down, I can love me better, but it says, I can love me better than you can. Oh my goodness, why isn't that one coming up? It's such a cute keychain. It was like $8, but it was totally cute. It's worth it, right? It's cute. There it goes, a little bit better. So that's pile 2. And for pile 3, I haven't decided quite yet. By the end of this reading, I'll probably figure out which one I want to go with. But when I first picked up this one, Secrets came to mind. And then when I was looking at it, I was like, this is a message in a bottle. So it's really whatever you feel drawn to, I guess. I'm thinking I'm going to go with Secrets because I like it better. Alright, so pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Go ahead and pick your pile. Timestamps are in the description box below. If you have any requested videos, go ahead and put them in in the comments below as well. Quick update. I have gotten my room almost completely done. It is painted, as you can see in the background. It's actually one color in my room instead of a million. So I went with a beautiful purple with glitter in it because you can put fucking glitter in paint now. Who freaking knew? And silver as well, but you can't really see the silver. It's on my ceiling. Okay. My nephew has recently moved in with me, so I will not be doing as many videos as I normally do. I used to do like a video a week. I tried for a while to do 2 videos a week, including when I wasn't working. But realistically, it's just not going to happen like that. He's going to be 16 soon, so I'll be paying a lot of attention to him. So I just wanted to let you guys know that my readings will be, I'm not going to give it up. I'm really not. Like, I love doing these readings way too much to give it up. I love it too much. But I do want to pay more attention to what's going on around me at the moment. So I was thinking like 1 reading a month would be okay. And then like 1 pick a card a month will be fine until I feel more comfortable to do more, or I feel like I can give up more time. I can give more time to it. I know this is an inconvenience for a lot of my OGs, but you know, when you have family that needs help, you help them out. You do what you can for them, and my nephew needs me, so that's what I'm gonna do. But like I said, I'm not giving this up. I do want to keep reading. Just do 1 pick a card instead of several, you know. So I feel like this month really helped out with that. And will this count as, you know, August's reading? No, this was a requested reading. This is one that I needed to do for my collective. So this doesn't count as that. The requested videos will not count as the 1 video I'm putting out. The requested videos are what you guys are asking for, and I try to get to it in a timely manner. It used to be 3 to 4 days. Now it's more like 5 to 7 days. But like I said, getting things together is kind of like an essence for it. So anyways, I'm sorry for that little bit of news. I'm excited about it, but I know not a lot of others are going to be excited about it. So I will just go ahead and meet you at your pile so that, you know, we can get straight into it. So I'll meet you there. Bye. Okay, my pile 1. If you chose Don't Blame Me, I didn't vote for him, this is your pile. First off, what I got from your charm when I first picked it up was somebody doesn't want you to blame them for something that they feel like they didn't do, something that they feel like somebody feels like you are blaming them for something that they didn't actually have. I just heard they didn't really have a choice, but I was thinking more along the lines of it was more like it wasn't an option for them at the time. It's more like this. I feel like you guys aren't really quite on the same like level quite yet, and it's like that's why this person knows that they know that you either were higher or lower than they were, and they don't want you to blame them for something for that because they knew you guys just weren't on the same path. Okay, so your dark mirror, you got downcast pride. What I got from it is that you have a tendency to continuously bend for somebody so that they can be happy in a way. Like, I like how they said it here. Bending to adapt becomes an excuse for the habit of bending. So I do feel like you keep bending for somebody. You're bending to somebody's will consistently, and it's like you will keep bending even if it breaks you. But let's go with the reading the going dark, which is survival is a direct consequence of adaptation. What we call adaptation is not the result of a subtle but constantly constructive change of ourselves, but rather a mockery of it, as we strip day by day of our dignity in order to avoid conflict with a world that would spread us apart. How can we endure this? Maybe through the power of responsibility or through an hidden core of identity. Sometimes we don't use the best parts of us, but rather we draw from the ugliest. We survive and bend our knees. Ooh. We survive and bend our knees because we draw out from our laziness, fear, and disgust. We let our deepest roots go dry, replace what we can only be called a surge of lack of self-esteem. We are deluded when we think that we are only sacrificing our pride. We cling to vanity, but we can't afford dignity. Isn't it sad? Honestly, the true delusion is our faith in fall and winter. While we discard spring and summer as fairy tales, the sky can change color too. As long as we sometimes look up, we can notice. This is a stage of depression, of continuously bending for to somebody else's will. In a way, I feel like you've forgotten what it is to be you because you've consistently given to another, you consistently give to others in order to make them happy. It's like you're afraid of conflict, is kind of what I'm getting. For some of you, honestly, I'm getting your friends, the people that you spend a lot of time around. For some of you, it's you need to make a change in your friendships. There could be friends that are people that you hang around with that I feel like for some of you they're more negative. They're more, I feel like they bring you down more than they bring you up. You need more positive, uplifting friends, like positive, uplifting new friends. Like that is something that will genuinely help you out. I feel like some of the people that are in your life right now are people you can't trust at the moment. And I feel like you're being guided to see who you can trust and who you can't trust. Like, I feel like there are scenarios that are put forth for you in which, like, you're starting to see who you can trust and who you can't trust. I feel like there are some friends that they use you to their benefit. It's like as soon as you stop bending to their will, they're done with you. They'll walk away from you. They don't want anything to do with you because you're not giving them what they want anymore. And we have to do that. You cannot keep bending for somebody else. That's not fair to you. It's not fair to anybody, really, because realistically, you're not being who you truly are by consistently bending to somebody else's will. I personally do not bend to other people's will. Now, I admit there are times where I will take into consideration to do, like, for example, taking on my nephew. That's not bending to somebody's will. That was more my family needs my help, so that's what I'm going to do. Now, if I were to have bended to my will or to my cousin's will, for example, and was like, yeah, I'll take your kid on, but I'm not going to take on any of their responsibility. I'm not going to put him in my custody. That's not going to work because there's something were to happen where he would need to go to the hospital. Like that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, according to her, she would rather not sign papers over, but legally you have to. You know what I mean? So I feel like there are people around you that might push you into doing things that you don't feel comfortable doing. I also feel like you don't completely trust these people either. And I feel like there are things that are showing you who you can trust and who you can't trust. And this is a breakthrough you really need. You need to figure out who you can trust in your life and who you can't trust. You need to let go of the people that you can't trust because there's no point in having them in your life. You only need people that you can trust. I also feel like it says, Brother Raccoon, a safe place for you to go. I'm really getting that you've been like searching for a place where you feel comfortable. For some of you, you could be living with these people, like these roommates, or with these friends that you are having a hard time trusting. It could be like really hard for you to be there because like it's like your roommates always seem like they have something going on. There's something that's always happening, and I feel like you don't feel like you're safe there. You don't feel comfortable there. You don't feel like you can open up and be yourself. Yeah, we also have rediscover your rediscover your individual I cannot say that word today. Rediscover your individuality, become the dragon. I feel like once you are in a space where you feel free to be, that's where you'll be able to rediscover who you are, where you'll be able to become this fiercer part of who you are. Instead of continuously bending, you won't be bending anymore. You'll be like, oh, you fuck off. And that's the way you need to be at this point. All right, now I feel like you've been in a lot of sadness. I mean, I feel like this because you have all these people around you that aren't trusting, and you don't know like you don't have any positive, uplifting friends around you that are like pushing you to go forward and do things that are best for you. You don't even feel safe in the place that you're staying at the moment. But I do feel like it does say, after sadness, happiness and hope return. So I just want you to know that once you let go of these people in your life, these people that are holding you back, these people that are continuously asking you to bend for their will, once you let go of them, you will find the happiness that you've been seeking. Not only will you find the happiness you're seeking, but you'll be able to rediscover yourself. Rediscover the things about yourself that you feel like you've lost along the ways. And I feel like that's because you keep bending to these people. You need to understand that you can achieve great things. You don't need all of these people around you. You can do this on your own. You don't need help from others, especially these people that are trying to bring you down or trying to make you feel like you can't be who you truly are. I feel like this breakthrough you need is, in a way, it's you being reborn. You letting go of the past, of the people you can't, letting go of the people you can't trust, so you can bring in people into your life that you can trust. Letting go of this place where you don't feel safe, so you can bring in a place to yourself that you do feel safe. Like, you have to realize that what you're doing at the moment is you are becoming reborn. You are becoming something different than what you currently are. But this is something that you need. And this is why I use a shapeshifter deck, actually. It's because I feel like at some point in our life, we all have to change our shape. And the way that I mean by we need to change our shape is that we don't fit into the old skin we used to. That skin where we let people walk all over us, where we let people tell us that this is how life is supposed to be in this little tiny box, like we're letting go of that skin and putting on a new one. We're shedding the old skin and letting something new emerge, something new become, because you are becoming something new. You are making yourself into a different being, so you have to have different, I guess you could say skin, but I wasn't really gonna say it. I just feel so dirty. I do feel like this is something that you need. You need to be reborn in a way by letting go of things that have held you back before, by letting go of people that made you feel like you were losing yourself. I feel like you were just going for the ride, and now you're being asked to stop going for the ride and to start doing something more. So for soul truth, we have, how does my body want to move today? When we move, we change our state and raise our vibration. This new elevated state becomes a channel for more energy. Are you moving your body daily? Are you passionate about it? Is it time to try something new? Today's soul action. How does your body want to move today? Listen and joyfully do. Like, this makes me think of dancing. Like, when you dance, when you're like moving around and really dancing to a song that you really like, you literally raise your vibration because you're really happy, you're enjoying yourself. You're not letting anything bother you or hold you back in that moment. So, like, listening to music might be something that's really helpful to you. It's something that makes you get up and dance, something that makes you want to, like, sing to it. Like, getting up and experiencing things instead of continuously being stuck in this energy where you feel stuck, where you feel like you can't be who you truly are. Next bit of advice we have, am I ready to let go of this buried shame? The feeling of shame is the lowest energy frequency there is. When you live in shame, you live in darkness. What part of you is ready to stand in the light? Is there any shame from a past experience that is ready to be healed? Today's soul action. Heal the shame by giving it a name. Bring it to the light and let it be seen, heard, and healed. It's revival season. Replace the shame with your soul's truth. Fill in the blank. My soul's truth is... I feel like you feel ashamed for this situation that you're in, or the way that you make people, or you let people make you feel. And I feel like as soon as you let go of this, and it's funny because shame is something that we invented as people. Like, humans invented this feeling because it wasn't a thing before. Like, when you're a child, you don't feel shamed. You don't feel ashamed of anything unless your parents make you feel ashamed of something. You don't even feel it because it's not something. It's something that is learned, and I feel like that's what happened here. Now there could be something where you're ashamed of, like, because I feel like when it comes to something in your past, maybe with these friends, and that's why you're so stuck with them, maybe that's why you're like, it's because they hold something over your head. But here's the thing, the only way that they can hold it over your head is by if you let it have power over you. Don't let this past thing that is, in your opinion, shameful, don't let it hold you back. Like, let it be the fire that makes you go further. Let it be the fire that makes you change. Let it be the fire that burns you into another being. Turns you into a phoenix. Alright, last advice we have from the angels. New psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view the world and yourself. Allow your spiritual gifts to open through study, prayer, and meditation. You are at the end of a cycle in your life. Call upon the angels to comfort you and to guide you to your next step. Happiness awaits you now. Told you. It's a good time to give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. I am watching over you, guiding you, and protecting you during these changes. So, I do feel like there's something going on. You need to make these changes, like these new ideas, like there are things that are happening in your life that there are cycles that are ending in your life, and I do feel like it could be with friendships, it could be with like relationships, it could be with work, it could be with like a new home, like a new place to live. Like, I feel like there's a lot of things that are closing out for you, and you're bringing in things that are more for you than they were before. Like, it feels like it's more for you than any ever before. You also have, you are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you. I ask you to relax and feel safe. A happy new move to a new home or a place of employment is in the works. This movement will usher in positive new energy. I feel like somebody here is moving. They're moving out of wherever they were staying at and going into a place that is a lot more positive for them. Even a workplace could be a significance. I bring you a message from your deceased loved one. I am happy, at peace, and I love you very much. Please don't worry about me. I am the angel of marriage, and I am assisting you right now. New romance is imminent, either with a newcomer or through reignited passion in your existing relationship. Be open to giving and receiving love. There is a lot of love, a lot of like if you are married and it seems like things aren't really going well in your relationship, maybe that's where your trust issues are lying, or maybe that's you guys have been arguing quite a bit lately. One of you is going to open up to the other, and the way that you open up to each other is what brings is what reignites the passion in your relationship. I also feel like marriage is something that could be very hard for you to, maybe it's something you never really saw yourself doing, or it's something that you thought was different than what it really is, and you're learning how to navigate it, right? The strongest relationships are the ones that work through the hardest things, and I feel like that's exactly what you're doing. It's something that you're not used to. I feel like you may have in the past run from things that were too hard, and now you're in a point in your life where you're trying to make it work with this person. But I do feel like there is either a new home or a new employment that is going to come into your life. This is a change that you very much need. If there is somebody that you had recently lost, just know that they are safe, they're happy, and they love you. Don't worry about them. Just know that you are protected from any harm happening to you. The worst is behind you right now. You're in a time where you can relax, especially as you let go of these things from your past that make you feel ashamed. For some of you, I'm kind of getting somebody cheated. Like if you're in a marriage, either you or the other person has cheated, and it makes you feel like, I also feel like a part of this marriage, like when you're married for I feel like this has been for a long time. It's like when you've been married for such a long time, you start to feel like you lose yourself in this marriage, because like you give to this person and this person gives back to you. But I feel like in this relationship there was some consistently giving and not consistently getting back. And I feel like once you explain this or you talk with this person about this, they'll be like, oh, you're right, like I wasn't really giving as much as you were, so, and it's like that is what changes things around. Just talking with each other. But this is all that I have for you, my pile one. I hope this was helpful. If it was helpful, let me know by hitting that like button or letting me know in the comments below how it resonated with you. Otherwise, I'm going to move on to my pile 2. So, maybe we meet again. Bye! My goodness, I'm tired. Okay, my pile 2, if you chose I Can Love Me Better Than You, this is your pile. Alright. So I wanted to get a head start. I wanted to see what Gilded Regret and the Child I Was Meant to Be was about. So Gilded Regret says, I feel like living in the past. Please give me 5 more minutes to linger. Going dark. The cage of our memories is the most gilded. Lingering to the past, savoring crumbs and flashes, hints and ifs, but is our sword, however is our shield. We follow the river against the currents to a sea of maybes. We cannot say life is here now. We just say life was here. So that even when the future builds day by day, we still look backward to memories and possibilities, options we missed, things we lost, changes we fled. It is like staying in the twilight of conscious. It is the blessed state of those 5 minutes between the time the alarm rings and when you actually have to wake up. Like little kids between the time mom calls and the time we need to wake up and run. But those 5 minutes are taking up too much time. They are the drain of our energies, our opportunities, of our future. The ifs are now gone. Whatever has been already, isn't it? And then we have the child I was meant to be. Okay, so with Gilded Regret, I really get that you're kind of like living in the past. You're looking at things that could have been, would have been, could have changed, those kinds of things. We also have the child I was meant to be. An instant of clarity is the light I needed. Going dark. There is little darkness in this card. It is a card of connection with ourselves. So many times it feels like a dream. It's fleeting, uncertain, and yet clear. The moment you close your hand to grasp it, it turns into fairy light and disappears. But it remains as a lingering smell and ephemeral, I can't say that word, feeling of light and peaches and blossoms. It is faith. It is hope. It is a warm smile at the other side of the forest of smoke and mirrors. We can be whole again. We can be pure again. We can be happy again. No matter what we did, we can. Just know this is a gift of light among the cruel darkness. It brings no road, sometimes no solace, but it can become a seed of hope, a wind of change, a place to safety in the storm. Even if it's gone, it was definitely here. So this is a stage of acceptance. And we also had for Gilded Regret a stage of bargain. You know, it's interesting. I kind of get the feeling that there's something from your childhood that you regret, something that you wish you could have maybe changed or looked at differently. I do feel like that whatever it is, you have been growing from it. And I don't feel like it's an intentional for you to stay stuck into thinking about this, but I do feel like it's something that you're supposed to think of, because it's like you're supposed to heal from whatever it is that was holding you back for such a long time when you were a child. And I do feel like it was something from when you were a child. I also kind of get you didn't have a normal childhood like you were like a normal child. You know, it's like you grew up too fast. There were a lot of things in your life that had consequence to it, and one of those consequences was that you had to grow up faster, so you didn't have so much of a childhood. We also have wisdom is light as a feather. So what I'm getting from this one is like you are looking at the things that you had gone through in your life, the things that you had regretted, and it's like you're starting to realize that there are things that you don't want to have as many regrets as you had before. You don't want to regret anything in your life. So it's like you are getting to this point in your life where you're realizing that if you want something, if you truly want it, then you're going to have to go for it. You can't just wait for it to happen. You have to go for it. I'm also getting that there's a lot of wisdom that you have been gaining from looking at these situations from when you were younger, because I do feel like at the moment you're trying to heal things that you felt like were holding you back for such a long time. We also have 2 kittens you must choose. I do feel like there is a choice for you that you need to make. I do feel like it's really in a way, I feel like it's really holding you down, this choice that you have to make, because it's like something you weren't, like, it's something you know you have to make. Like, it's a choice you know you have to make. Like, it's, but it's like, these choices weren't things that you were expecting. We have little brother, little sister, siblings, younger friends, responsibility. So I do feel like you've taken on a lot of responsibility then. I feel like you've had a lot of responsibility. I feel like that's part of the why you had to grow up so fast, is because you had to take care of these little siblings. The choice might be for, like, either taking care or taking on this responsibility of your siblings, or like younger ones, or it's letting them go. That could be it could be the choice that you're trying to make. We also have Artemis of the Forest. You are now now you are independent and free. And I feel like once you make this decision, once you make this choice, that's when you'll feel independent and free, like you've made the right choice. Deep dark sea maid finds solutions in the unknown places in the darkness. I do feel like you'll have a lot more. It's like you have a clarity once you're in the darkness. Like, I see somebody laying down like right before they go to bed, and it's like they're just taking a moment to think, to like meditate on a choice that they need to make. And it's like in this darkness, because I see the room as like pitch black, and I just see somebody laying there thinking about things. And it's like there's so you know those like circular, I don't know what they're called, but I call them pros and cons circles. I don't know what they're actually called, but it's like two circles, and they both are right next to each other, and you have that little bit in the middle that has the common ground. I feel like that's what you're doing. It's like you literally have this inside of your head. Maybe you're writing it out. It's like you're doing the cons, the cons, the pros, and like where you can meet in the middle. And I feel like meeting in the middle is the part that you're looking at the most. Anyway, we also have Fiona and the Unicorn, the gift of sacred sight. And I do feel like maybe that's why I was seeing that in my mind's eye. It's like you are taking into consideration all the options that you have, and you're trying to make the right option for yourself, like the right choice for yourself. But in doing so, it's like you take on all of this that you have learned, like all of the wisdom, everything that you have been learning in your life, and you're adding that into this. It's like your gift may help you find the answer that you're searching for without you realizing it. We also have Wolf Moon, I will watch over you. I feel like for some of you, it really is, you could have lost your parents, and it's like you are now have to take on a brother and a sister, or some siblings that are younger than you. And it's like you're trying to make these decisions, but you don't know how to be like a parent, or you don't know how to make this, this complete decision of yourself. And you're worried about what has happened for your parents. I want you to know that they are watching over you. They do worry about you. They are protecting you. And they know that you'll make the right choices. We also have Orca Magic, the Akashic Libraries open. I feel like you really start to see who you are. You start to see your own power as you make these decisions. I do feel like you are literally finding I was going to say a solution to a problem, but I don't think it's a problem so much. I just feel like it's a solution to a situation that you've been stuck in for a while. It's like you feel like you were stuck inside of this like lobe, or this like little box, and you didn't know how to go forward or how to go backwards. You had two things that were behind you. You have a choice that you need to make. One could be something to do with family. Another could have to do with like the life that you already have. And it's like choosing between the two. All right, for your advice, we have from Soul Truth, am I on the right path? Sometimes we second guess what we are doing. We lose trust in the process and question if we are even on the right path at all. Know this. You are on the right path. Keep going, keep believing, keep remembering that you made a soul contract that you are currently fulfilling in every area of your life. Even if you can't see it, it doesn't mean it's not real. Today's soul action. Today search for all the ways you are aligned with your soul's purpose. The signs will appear. Let this newfound trust fuel your next steps. Am I on the right path? Abso-fucking-lutely. Where am I called to use my voice right now? You have a soul script that was written to be spoken. Your story matters and it's time for you to share it with the world. Today's soul action. Share your story with at least one person today. Be brave and speak your truth. Your voice will be the catalyst for healing in others. When was the last time I danced freely? Dance, because it will shift you into a beautiful state, because it will get you out of your head and into your body and heart, because fear lives in the head, along with anxiety, control, guilt, frustration, and impatience. It's just a few minutes of dancing. You will make the shift. You will feel a charge of joy and confidence take over, and you will feel a soul reminder to live and lead from your heart. Dancing is a tool to ground us to the now. It triggers happiness, and it is the gateway to freedom. To become free, dance. Today's soul action. Dance for 3 minutes to your favorite song. Notice the inward fire grow within and the feeling you feel being you. You are a wild, loving force. Express it with dance today. I also feel like it's asking you to take a step out of your head by dancing. Listen to a song that makes you want to dance, and I've said this in my last pile too, so you may actually want to check out the first pile. It might have some significance to you, but I feel like once you open up to dancing, once you just sit there and listen to your favorite song, and for some people you're not a dancer, but for others, I do feel like it will open things up to you that you couldn't see before because you were stuck in such a and I don't think it was intentional for everybody. I do feel like you were kind of in a low vibration though, because you're on yourself, you had to make a choice, so you had to make it. It's kind of like you were kind of downing yourself by consistently telling yourself that you had to make a choice, but you don't have to be in that state of mind to make this choice. And I feel like once you actually let go and you actually enjoy yourself, that's when the choice will be made for you, and it's exactly what you need. Your angel advice is time out. You've been so busy taking care of everyone else's needs, but now it's time to stop and take care of yourself. And I'm pretty sure I even said that too. You consistently help everybody else, but you forget about yourself as well, including if you had children in your life. You deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires, and don't compromise. Your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith, and don't try to force it to happen. So, what it is that you're looking for, your desired outcome, it will occur. It's going to happen. Just have patience and faith. Don't force anything to happen. Let things happen as they are. But don't forget to reach for the stars when it comes to your dreams and desires. Don't compromise to make others happy. Don't forget to take time out for yourself. You need to take time out for yourself. You need to have you time. Everybody needs you time. But yeah, this is all I've got for you in my pile 2. I hope it was helpful. If it was helpful, let me know by hitting that like button or letting me know in the comments below. Otherwise, that's all I've got for you, so I'm going to move on to my pile 3. May we meet again. Bye! Okay, my pile 3. If you chose secrets or message in a bottle, this is your pile. Alright, we're going to get started. So we're going to start with Dark Mirror for the breakthrough that you need. We have Artificial Hearts, and it says, if I don't feel the warmth of the sun, will I blame the sun or myself? Going dark. Once upon a time, it was a time of flying monkeys. Someone journeyed to a place that wasn't Kansas in order to gain a heart. Oh, such a charming, old-fashioned fairy tale. A new heart can be bought on the internet now and be delivered in a couple of days with a brand new shiny instruction manual. It works, too. It gets the job done. It's not a job of feelings. It's scripted, like a job of numbers. Actually, it feels like a trade-off. We find refuge in the rational mind, which in turn gives us back the illusion of control. But we still feel. We still long to live through our emotions fully. We are truly like an artificial king that wants to become a real person. Happiness is not in numbers, but it's not because numbers are bad. It is because there is nothing that alone can grant happiness and guarantee it. We trade in the natural world for artificiality, and then we blame the choice as the reason why our sky has no color. What if it's not actually connected? What if it's just an excuse? What if even an artificial heart can beat and fall in love and drown in sorrow? This is the stage of bargain. So I do feel like honestly, I feel like you have a new outlook, a new way of looking at things. Or that's something that you need, is a different outlook on how things are going to be. You've attracted wonderful news. And I do feel like you have. I feel like I'm also seeing a lot of mermaid as well. I do feel like you've attracted a lot of good news. You have a lot of great things that are coming into you, and I feel like maybe it's hard for you to show your happiness when it comes to these kinds of things. Maybe that's partially why the artificial heart is here, is because you're like showing that, hey, I'm happy about this, but realistically it's like you're still missing that piece of like actual happiness. But I don't feel like that's for all of you, because I do feel like somebody here is genuinely happy with how things have been happening and how they've been working out. I do feel like there was some work that needs to be done, or you have been working on, to where you don't feel so I was gonna say like blank. Have you ever seen like blank check? Like there's a kid and he gets this blank check and he can like pretty much put whatever number he wants on it. And I feel like that's what this like that's kind of what this is about. And he, the kid gets whatever he wants and stuff like that by becoming a millionaire because he put whatever number he wanted on there. But what you don't know about is because he did that, there were things that were behind it. Like he had some bad guys that were after him because he has all of this money. And I feel like that's something that's happening as well for you, not like the money situation, but so much as like because you have this reputation of being happy, or there's a rumor is that you're happy at the moment, and it's like people are coming to see you being happy, or they're like spying on you being happy, and it's like they see, it's like somebody really knows you, like deep within yourself. It's like they really know you and they can tell that there's something that's missing from your life, if that makes any sense. We also have complete commitment. I see somebody here with red and black hair, and then there's somebody that's around you. Their favorite color could be blue, or maybe their aura is blue. But it's complete commitment with this person, or with this idea. And I do feel like for some of you it's a person. For others of you, I feel like it's an idea, or it's like you're committing to being happy regardless of what others are going to throw your way, which is pretty freaking amazing. And I feel like that's where this reconsider your alliances, make new connections comes in for you, because I do feel like there are people in your life that have been trying to use you or spinning some kind of webs or lies around you, and you know that you have to let go of these connections and make new ones. It's time for you to become a great leader. It's time for you to step into your power and to become the leader that you're meant to be. Which is so funny because the fairy bee is next. My life is sweet. And I do feel like your life is sweet. I feel like you have you're attracting all of this wonderful news. You're attracting complete commitment. You're bringing in new connections so that you can become this great leader that you're meant to be. For some of you, I do feel like some of you, I feel like you're a bit depressed because I feel like you've been alone for a long time, and it's like you feel like you're unsure if there's ever going to be somebody that is brought into your life. But like, you need to realize it's okay to be alone. It's all right to be by yourself. It's not the end of the fucking world if you're not with somebody, if you're not in a relationship. Believe it or not, there are people out there who don't want to be in a relationship, that are okay with being alone. And I feel like for a long time it was hard for you to accept being alone, because I feel like you felt like you were always supposed to be with somebody, or maybe there's a specific somebody you feel like you're supposed to be with, and it's like that was always like your goal. And I feel like some of you are really upset that you are alone, that you don't have somebody I feel like you're not connecting with somebody on a deeper level. And it's because you're not supposed to at the moment. You're supposed to be alone. It's okay to be alone. It's all right to figure your shit out for yourself before you go jumping into a relationship and, dragging somebody else with you into it. We also have the mermaid and the turtle. An elder will teach you. I do feel like there is somebody that's around you that's older than you. They will be teaching you something. This could be a mentor of yours. I'm also getting for others of you, it could be just like a mother, or like somebody that you look up to that will give you advice that will really actually open up your mind. And I do feel like it has to do with being alone. For others of you, I feel like they will tell you something that will help you become the leader that you're supposed to be. It will help you take charge of your life in the way that you need to. All right, your advice for this breakthrough that you need. Am I consistently showing up? Some trade their dreams for comfort. Yet comfort is the enemy of success. Success requires showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, and even when it feels uncomfortable. It takes guts and an endless vision to stay consistent to your dreams. Today's soul action: journal where you can be more consistent in your life in alignment with your soulful goals, then show up. Does my life have room for more pleasure or play? In what area are you lacking pleasure right now? Maybe in certain relationships or with work? Is it possible to shift the seriousness of life to experiencing a more creative, wild, and playful side of you? Today's soul action: what would happen if you added more play and laughter into your life? What area is lacking this right now? Take time to play, let go, and let go of any need to produce anything. What am I looking for outside of myself that is already within myself? Are you looking for more guidance, confidence, peace, wisdom, love, or something else? When we search outside ourselves, we can become overwhelmed, frustrated, and never feel quite good enough. It is time to go inward to find everything you seek. All the answers you need are within you. Today's soul action: breathe in your favorite essential oil, inhale deeply into your body, and drop your shoulders and spend some time hanging out with your soul today. Ask for what you need and be ready for the answers. So I do feel like this one's actually definitely thinking. It made me think of that card that I had of the oh, there it is. It's all right to be alone. Because I feel like a lot of the time when people are looking for relationships, if they're not completely healed, it's like you're attracted to somebody because they have this thing about them that really shines out. But it's interesting because we all have that within ourselves. Some people we end up being in relationships with because it's supposed to help bring out that thing that we found so attractive about that person. And I do feel like that's something that you need to realize, that it's okay to be alone, and it's okay to figure out what it is that is within you that you keep looking for in other people. We also have, am I constantly showing up, which actually, or with consistently showing up, which actually makes me think that you're not consistently showing up for something when it comes to your dreams. I feel like you do need to add a little more pleasure into your life and play. I feel like play is a big one. I feel like you take life too seriously at times, and I feel like when you actually allow more pleasure or play into your life, that's when you'll be getting this great news that I feel like for some of you, you've been waiting for. It is safe for you to be powerful. You know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. Again, this is just like this. I feel like majority of this reading for you is just like, it's okay for you to be the powerful person that you are. There may be people that may feel uncomfortable with how powerful you are, but so here's the thing about powerful people. We have a tendency to make people either love us or hate us, and that's not on us, that is on them, because they need to figure out what it is within themselves that they need to heal in order to even feel anything around us. I do feel like some people hide their power because they don't want others to try to use it, and I do feel like that's what your case is. It's like you've always hidden your power from others because like you don't want others to use you. You have no conditions aren't favorable right now. Wings are looking to other options and ask the angels to help comfort and guide you. You have a gift for working with young people, and your divine purpose involves helping, teaching, or parenting children. I feel like this actually gave you the answer if you're like, if you're trying to figure out if this is what you're supposed to be doing with children. Like, that actually kind of reminds me of pile 2, so there may be a connection for you in pile 2. Have faith and hope because there is something positive and new on the horizon that you can't see yet. I feel like it's hard for you to see what's right in front of you because you've been working so hard on this, but what you're looking for is right there. It actually makes me think of this cartoon I had seen a long time ago. This guy was digging underground. He was trying to reach the treasure, but he was tired, so he just stopped, and he started walking away. And then there was another one that was right above him who kept charging ahead, who kept digging, and he reached the goal because even though he was tired, he still kept going. He still kept going forward. That's the consistency. That's the constantly going. And then you will achieve your goal. Spend time alone in nature meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you to gain a positive perspective. Take action. You're in touch with your truth in this situation, and you need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. I feel like you know exactly where it is that you need to assert yourself, that you need to actually take action and step up to. But that's really on you. And I do feel like this is the breakthrough that you need. Yeah, that's all I've got for you, my Pile 3. I hope this was helpful. If it was helpful, let me know by hitting that like button or letting me know in the comments below how it resonated with you. Yeah, that's really all I've got for you. I'm going to go now, so may we meet again.